called College Football Film Room.
Ha.
I don't know if you've seen it.
Yes, I have.
Well, they posted a stat today that apparently Jamarco's played 155 snaps this year, and he's only allowed one quarterback pressure,
Correct.
which Coach Stud just said is inaccurate. But I was just wondering, when you watch him on film, how good has he been playing? How good is he? And can you put perspective of just what does Ohio State have at left tackle right now?
So I think Jamarco's been playing at a very, very high level. The statistic you said there was only one pressure or whatnot.
Yeah.
Like Coach said, it might be inaccurate according to, it's all based on bias and perspective, but Jamarco's been playing at a very, very high level. The guy, he's actually been kind of setting the tone for what we expect at left tackle and what we expect in games. Against Rutgers, he took 3 guys out on one play. I was on the backside of the play, and Jamarco's out there leading it in front of JT. So I think we have one of our pillars and our cornerstones of the Ohio State offense right now is at our left tackle spot. Dude's playing at a very high level, and we continue to expect him to get better throughout the year as well with our left guard, center, right guard, right tackle. So.
Look, y'all play that play over and over on the video to inspire people, something like that when Jamarco does that.
Yeah, I think there's a motivational aspect behind it because he sets the tempo and he sets that expectation. So you have to play him and imitate his style of play. So we're just continuing. Whoever can get the most knockdowns, be the most nasty, the most vicious during the game. That's what we kind of expect.
What's your sense, your barometer of this offense right now going into game? What is it, six? Yeah. That where you guys are in relation to where you were like 3 or 4 weeks ago from the sense, do you feel like a powerful unit now? Well, what's just your sense?
I mean, there's been a lot of progress, and I think a lot of people can, if you're blind if you can't see that, because I know I saw the interviews yesterday with JT taking a little bit of heat. There's just a lot of progress has been made, a lot of things have been changed, and again, it's what the defenses are presenting us each and every week, because you're not seeing a traditional, thank you so much, excuse me, shower sweats. The defenses aren't giving us the traditional under and over defense. They're giving us odd and they're just going after us. And so, especially teams, they know we like to run the ball. We're a power run team, and again, you're starting to see a lot of movement, a lot of blitzes, and they're doing the best they can. So again, I know our defense does the same type of thing. They present it. They give all kinds of different looks for their offenses into that week. We're seeing a lot more things, a lot more passes, and different run plays to attack a defense.
Billy, last year you guys really controlled the line of scrimmage with Maryland, and you were getting 5-6 yards. Just blowing off the line. How much better is that defensive line this year, Maryland's defensive line?
Well, again, you have to respect an opponent. I don't know how much better they are. I could probably tell you that better after the game. Again, you expect a scrappy unit. I mean, those guys up front, number 1 in particular, number 50 I believe is the nose. Guys that they go hard. I mean, it's exactly what you expect out of a Maryland defense, and we're looking for a good challenge.
How fun is it blocking for a 2-back set when those 2 backs are J.K. Dobbins and Mike Weber?
Well, both of them kind of present their own different unique styles. I don't know when particularly when they're in the backfield together or who's back there at times, because we're pushing the ball very well right now. But again, whoever's back there, we expect them to get the first down, to go make those plays, to trust your offensive line and go cram it up there, get those 2, 3, 4 tough yards and then go break a tackle and make a couple more moves. Those two both are electric back there. And again, I'm just happy to have Mike Weber back, and it presents our offense again, another dynamic that most offenses don't have.
I know that there are going to be plays where the offensive line makes running backs look better, but I'm assuming that the reverse is also true. And aren't those 2 guys that can make an offensive line look like they opened a huge hole when it wasn't quite as large?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I think some people saw that with Indiana, especially because JK on the one power play we ran, he just scooted right in there and was gone. I mean, again, a guy who might be 6 foot, 210 might not be able to fit through those type of holes, but JK is able to. Again, both of them present their own different positives and perspectives. So again, we're just go out there and just go block for them.
Billy, you followed the path that Pat did last year, especially from guard to center. He won the Remington. I asked Stud how you are doing, and he gushed about you. How do you think you played this year, and how is the transition really going out your halfway through the season, basically?
Well, I think I'm not really interested in where I stand in the Remington list. I just try to make sure that the offense wins. The offense and the Buckeyes win every week in and week out. We always say is the team goes, you go, and so those awards and accolades continue to will follow you through. There's room for improvement as always. Again, continue hand position, making sure you get nasty on the field. As we talked about Jamarco, making sure that you match that tone. Even though you might be on the backside of the play, you might be 10 yards away from the play. Match that intensity, match that that viciousness, that mean streak that the Ohio State offensive line is supposed to have. So and bring guys with you. Bring Brandon Bowen, bring Mike Jordan, bring Isaiah Prince. Take those turns and just put shots on defenses. So we're looking. Again, there's room for improvement. Can't be satisfied.
When it got tees off on you like that guy did on Saturday night.
We're going back to this.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm not going back, but what's your initial thought? And you have to curb the enthusiasm, so to speak, and get back in there.
So my initial thought, keep this PG. Just get after the next play type deal. Curb your enthusiasm because again, you play in a game of emotions and there's a lot of highs and lows to it. So you just got to make sure you contain your emotions and then find that right moment and just go tee off on the guy or whoever that case might be. On that particular play, he was substituted out the next play. So the poor soul, whoever comes in next, that's who you got to just go off and tee off on.
But are you going? Is it going through your mind? Was this guy getting even for something? Or was this guy just jumping the snap? You understand what I'm saying? I mean,
yeah, and
as the game progresses there.
Just the Buckeyes won, so it was 49-0 at that time. So Ohio State won, and that's all we're gonna go with that one.
Hey Billy, you said you'd seen the video of JT getting a little incredulous about being asked about the deep ball, like for the 4th time in a row, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
You sound like you share that incredulity.
Yeah, I mean, there's a little bit of it comes on the offensive line because if you're talking about a deep pass, you're talking about offensive line being able to protect up front, making sure that he has those 4 or 5 seconds for those longer routes to be able to open up and get past the safety, and for him to be able to step up and throw the ball 45 plus yards downfield. So there is a little bit of ownership on that with the offensive line, and people are like, he can't throw the ball, he's got pass protection issues, this and this, and there's a lot of other elements that go into it. Again, it's a work in progress. So it's something that we continue to craft throughout the season. I know our offensive coaches, Coach Day, Stud, Smith, and the rest of the crew, Wilson, they're in there and they're making sure that the packages that we put out there on Saturday are going to be successful for us.
When you watch that video, do you know which outlet you gave the video clip to?
I should know this.
Money.
I know. I think it was. I actually think it was you. I think it was Ozone.
Yeah.
I think it was, yeah.
Damn it, Billy.
I think it was. No, I seriously think it was because there was like somebody wanted the video, the gif of it, and then it came out. So.
Did you read our analysis after that though?
No, I had a midterm, so I was worried on that one.
I thought you were giving up reading about the team a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta change the perspective. Change the perspective and understand. Take everything with a grain of salt because things could be a lot worse. Things could be a lot worse. So. And you just got to be thankful for where you're at, who you're with, where you're around, and the guys that I'm with. I mean, being a 5th-year senior, I'm already halfway through my final season. And again, I got 12 guaranteed games, and then I'm out of this place. And you kind of sit back and you're like, well, I want to go put another Big Ten championship on the wall. I want to go put my name next to Pat over there. There's some games down the road that have a little bit of extra meaning for me. So, and just really looking forward to it and kind of just change the perspective. And again, like college football room, whatever the site was, they don't know our scheme. They don't know what goes on. They don't know the responsibilities. But what matters is what's inside this building, in those locker rooms, in those meeting rooms, and then just kind of go from there.
Coach Dudraw said a while ago that when I asked him, he said there are 3 guys now on the depth that he wouldn't mind putting in there besides you 5 guys, Brady, Matt Burrell, and Thayer Munford. Do you feel that depth coming on? What's your sense of the depth in your room right now?
I think it's continuing to grow. I think there's a lot of movements and a lot of positive things being made. Malcolm Pridgeon, Wyatt Davis in particular, that I could say off the top of my head. Josh Allaby as well. Guys like Demetrius Knox and I think Brady, or you already talked about Brady. Those kind of guys, those guys they've been consistent enough, and being able to see guys like Wyatt Davis come in along who he's 2,000 miles away from home and has no idea what's really going on, but to see him take those steps every single week to continue to get better, and that's what's important about the offensive line depth is continuing to make those developments throughout the season and not just be complacent and say, hey, I'm going to get redshirted this year. It doesn't matter to me. I'm just going to say screw it. So.
Is that the luxury of blowing teams out that these guys get some extended time?
Yeah, I mean a little bit. Yeah, I think that especially for our 2s too, kind of continue their development and kind of get that taste of the game. I think that's probably the most important thing is, you work so hard and you never get that taste of the reward or payday for us, what we call it. So again, guys like Thayer, I know because I room with him every Friday. He's my hotel roommate, and it's kind of like, all right, hey, you got to be prepared for this, got to be prepared for this, but most importantly, have fun. I mean, my God, this is a business, but still have fun. So.
Great. Billy, thank you very much.
Thanks, Billy.